A VPN, or virtual private network, provides a layer of privacy, secures your devices, gives access to foreign websites and streaming services, and can even be an essential tool for safely exchanging sensitive business data, whether you work from home or at the office. Now, with such utility, understandably so, VPNs have become an indispensable tool for cybersecurity, especially for anonymity purposes, considering that online censorship has become rampant nowadays. So in today's review, I've chosen the top 4 VPNs after having tested over 30 VPNs, narrowing it down to the best 4. And I'll be looking into things like the no-logs policy, performance, streaming and torrenting capabilities, and of course security and features, so that you can figure out which one of these could be the best choice for you and your situation. Alright, so starting with the privacy policy. Now, most VPNs claim a no-logs policy, but actually that's almost never the case after doing a little bit of digging. So you should never trust a provider's word for it unless they have the evidence to back their claims up. And in this case, all 4 VPNs do have evidence of upholding their no-logs policies in the form of independent audit reports. So when using any of these VPNs, your internet service provider won't be able to see what you're doing online and won't be able to request any data from them since they don't keep logs in the first place, as proven in the audit reports. And they're all based outside the 5, 9, and 14 eyes jurisdiction, with the exception of Atlas VPN being based in the USA. So in rare cases when the government may request information, Atlas VPN may be obliged to answer to the US government, but that's certainly not the case for Express, Nord, or Surfshark, and that's not to say that Atlas VPN collects information, it's just that it's based in the USA. And all 4 VPNs accept cryptocurrencies as payment for an extra layer of anonymity, and they offer DNS and IP leak protection. And all VPNs, with the exception of Atlas, run their servers on RAM disks rather than hard drives, which means that there are simply no physical drives for information to be stored in, and any minimal information stored by the RAM is erased with every machine reboot. Though one thing about Atlas VPN is that while the servers are not RAM operated, they are in fact entirely physical servers that are owned by Atlas, which means that the maintenance and keeping of the servers is fully supervised by Atlas themselves. So which one is more secure? I would say it's a pretty close call between Express and Nord, but I do have to hand it to ExpressVPN because their no-logs policy could not have been demonstrated any better than in the real-life situation when in 2017 the Turkish government seized an ExpressVPN server as part of an investigation, but were still not able to extract any information out of the servers thanks to Express not having stored any information on their servers in the first place. And following these two, I would say Surfshark and then Atlas VPN come after Express and Nord in the privacy ranking. But to conclude, all these VPNs offer a solid no-logs policy, and it's certainly good enough to protect your devices while you're surfing the web or downloading files. Now, in terms of performance, it's natural for speeds to drop when using a VPN due to the time it takes to encrypt your traffic before it reaches the internet. But despite that, a good VPN will keep those speed drops to a minimum. So all these VPNs performed very well in my tests. But to sum it up, Nord is certainly the fastest, though Express came pretty close to it. And regarding consistency, Express does manage to maintain high speeds even with international servers, though more often than not, I did notice that Nord was able to reach higher speeds. But overall, the speed drops of all 4 VPNs were very solid, ranging between 10 and 35%. NordVPN managed to surpass all the other 3, making NordVPN arguably the fastest VPN you can get. And Nord keeps speed drops between 10 and 25% at worst, and sometimes even below 10%, which is excellent. And following Nord and Express in the speed ranking will be Surfshark and Atlas VPN. And while they may be behind Express and Nord, they're not that far behind, with speed drops ranging between 10 and 30%. And so, considering today's VPN performance standards, these 4 are certainly at the top of their game. Now moving on to streaming and torrenting capabilities, all 4 VPNs allow for torrenting without any throttling or bandwidth limitations. So you can download as many files as you'd like without anyone ever knowing what you're downloading, and this includes your internet service provider. Now when it comes to unblocking streaming services without any trouble, here again, all 4 of these VPNs are great at this. Though it's worth noting that in terms of streaming libraries and Netflix libraries, ExpressVPN is able to unblock more Netflix libraries and streaming services thanks to the constant updates their servers go through in order to bypass geo restrictions. But to be clear, All 4 VPNs are able to unblock the most popular streaming services and Netflix libraries such as the North American, European, and Japanese Netflix libraries, which I know most of you are looking for. It's also worth noting that during the Netflix crackdown on VPN traffic, which made it very difficult for most VPNs to keep up with the geo-blocks imposed by Netflix, ExpressVPN was one of the only VPNs that were able to dedicate a few servers that users can still use to access popular Netflix libraries like the US library, while Nord, Surfshark, and Atlas took a little longer to figure out a solution to the Netflix VPN crackdown. So I would say in this category, these VPNs are almost equal, though ExpressVPN has a slight edge over the other 3, and I would add to this that if your ISP isn't blessing you with the highest of connection speeds and you can't afford to lose out on streaming power, then I'd recommend that you just stick with the highest performers here, which are Express and Nord. But if your speed is already fast enough for comfortable 4K streaming, then Surfshark and Atlas VPN will do the job just fine at a bit of a lower cost. Alright, now moving on to servers and security features. Express has over 3,000 servers in 94 countries. Nord has a massive collection of over 5,600 servers in 59 countries. Surfshark with over 3,200 servers in 100 countries. And finally, Atlas with the smaller number of servers at over 750 servers in about 40 countries. And so all 4 VPNs essentially have a varied list of countries to accommodate to users, whether you're looking for more servers in more countries, or maybe you're just looking for European and American servers and Atlas VPN is sufficient for you. Now moving on to security features, this is where NordVPN and Surfshark shine. But before we get into that, let's get what all 4 VPNs have in common, starting with the standard AES 256-bit encryption and the kill switch, which will cut your internet access in case the VPN disconnects unexpectedly, which prevents any rare IP leaks. And finally, the split tunneling feature, which lets users select which applications can go through the VPN tunnel and which are exempt from it. Though do note that iOS and Mac users still won't get split tunneling with Nord and Surfshark, while ExpressVPN lacks the feature on iOS only. And as for Atlas, currently the feature is available for Android devices only, with support for split tunneling on Windows 10 and other versions coming shortly according to Atlas. Okay, so now let's get into what Nord and Surfshark have in common, starting with the ad blocker, specialty servers such as static or dedicated IP servers, as well as multi-hop or double VPN servers, which encrypt your traffic twice for double the encryption. Though it's worth noting that NordVPN's ad blocker, called Threat Protection, is an advanced ad blocker that also acts as a mini antivirus. And you get MeshNet, which is a recently added feature that allows remote access over the encrypted network of NordVPN. Now, as far as exclusive features offered by NordVPN, that'll include Onion over VPN, which will allow you to use both the Onion anonymizer and NordVPN encryption together. And you also get peer-to-peer specialty servers, and although regular servers will still allow for peer-to-peer activity, these are just specialized servers designed for file sharing if that's something you're interested in. Nord also gives an app kill switch, which will disconnect selected applications when the VPN disconnects unexpectedly, rather than cutting your entire connection as it is with the conventional kill switch. And finally, Nord will give users a hassle-free way to change DNS with custom DNS. You also get a feature called Dark Web Monitor, which will search for leaked data linked to your email address, passwords, contacts, or any other personal details. Now, with Surfshark, the only distinct feature which sets it apart from Nord is a recently added feature called Rotating IP, which will automatically rotate your IP address every 5 to 10 minutes while your VPN location stays the same. And this can be very helpful if you're in a censorship-heavy country and you're having trouble connecting to Surfshark, especially when you couple it with the No Borders mode, which will also help you bypass censorship firewalls. Now, as for Atlas, you don't get many features besides the already mentioned kill switch. You get the tracker blocker, which blocks ads and trackers, and the data breach monitor, which will keep an eye out for leaked data linked to your email address, and specialty servers optimized for streaming, multi-hop servers that hide you behind several locations and encryption keys for extra security, and finally, safe swap servers, which have many different IP addresses that rotate as you browse by connecting to a single VPN server. which is great if you're privacy conscious or you want to protect yourself from advertisers. And regarding functionality in censorship-heavy countries, all 4 VPNs work just fine. Unless you're in China, then I would strictly recommend ExpressVPN because it's the only VPN that won't require you to go through any kind of manual configuration for it to work in China. So Express would be my top recommendation for China, hands down. In terms of protocols, all VPNs have a variety of protocols that will suit your needs. Express includes OpenVPN and their high-speed proprietary protocol Lightway. NordVPN has OpenVPN and NordLynx. Surfshark has OpenVPN, IKEV2, and the fastest being the WireGuard protocol. And finally, Atlas with IKEV2 and WireGuard. Though do keep in mind that protocol selections may vary depending on the device you're using. So all in all, when it comes to security features, NordVPN and Surfshark are at the top, with NordVPN gaining a bit of an edge over Surfshark. And while ExpressVPN and Atlas don't have as many features compared to Nord and Surfshark, they still offer the necessary security features to keep your devices safe and secure. Now, with regards to compatibility, all 4 VPNs support the big 4, so iOS, Android, Mac, and Windows. Besides that, they also support Linux, compatible routers, PlayStation, Xbox, Fire TV, as well as Chrome and Firefox, and most modern devices really. Overall, all 4 VPNs support a reasonably wide range of devices. And as far as simultaneous connections, Express will allow for 5, Nord for up to 6, and Surfshark and Atlas will simply let users secure virtually an unlimited number of devices with just one account, which makes them a very appealing choice for those that don't want to buy compatible routers or additional subscriptions in order to be using 5 or 6 devices simultaneously with a VPN in the household. And regarding the user interface, you'll find that each VPN has its own theme and layout, all of which are super easy to use and understand. ExpressVPN goes with the overly simplistic design, which a lot of people like, myself included. NordVPN goes with the intuitive map design, which I also very much appreciate, while Surfshark and Atlas also feature a modern interface that's easy to read and navigate. And so while each of these VPNs are easy to use and would work well even for newbies, it's really a matter of preference which one might suit you best. Now, when it comes to pricing, you get the best deal possible the longer the subscription plan you choose, as it is with any other subscription-based service. Also, each VPN tends to offer promotions, discounts, or coupon codes, so I've provided links to the best discounts I could get for all 4 of these VPNs in the description down below if you guys are interested. But overall, Express tends to be the most expensive. The lowest price you can get for Express is a little over $6.50 per month for the 12-month subscription. Nord is in the middle price-wise, coming in at about under $4 a month for the 2-year subscription. Surfshark is a little under $2.50 a month for the 2-year subscription, and finally Atlas being the cheapest option, especially if you opt for the 3-year plan at around $2 a month. Of course, the prices are always changing, so be sure to check the links in the description down below for the updated pricing, and of course the discounts will be updated accordingly. But if you're looking for the lowest cost option for a great VPN, Surfshark and Atlas would be the way to go. And again, remember to check the links below for an extra discount on each of these, and keep in mind that they all do offer a 30-day hassle-free money-back guarantee on all of their plans, and they all include 24/7 live chat support in case you need help or you have any questions. And although Atlas has no live chat support, their email support is very responsive and helpful. Alright, so at this point you might be wondering, out of the 4, which one is the best? Now, if you're looking for the best budget VPN that gets the job done at the cheapest possible cost without giving up on any of the premium features that are usually only available on more expensive VPNs, plus the ability to secure virtually an unlimited number of devices with just a single subscription, then Surfshark is a great option. But if you're looking for an even cheaper alternative with a basic amount of servers and country options, unblocks the most popular streaming services and allows for unlimited torrenting while securing an unlimited number of devices, and you don't need split tunneling, at least for the time being, then Atlas will be another great value budget option. Now, if you're looking for a super well-rounded, all-purpose, high-value VPN that does nearly everything right without any compromises, NordVPN is honestly a no-brainer, especially that it's quite reasonably priced. And finally, if you're looking for the best of the best in terms of reliability, consistency, ease of use, and arguably the best and most proven privacy policy in the industry, especially if utmost anonymity is of your concern or if you're in a restrictive country, then ExpressVPN is the definite winner here. And for me personally, I prioritize simplicity and ease of use over the additional features that you get with Nord or Surfshark, so that's why I tend to lean towards ExpressVPN, personally speaking. But at the end of the day, it all depends on which one you think satisfies your own preferences and needs. But these are the top 4 VPNs, and these are the ones that I recommend regularly to family or friends. So when people ask me which VPN to get, it's typically one of these 4. Let me know which one you pick in the comments down below and why. I'd love to know why you guys use VPNs in the first place, besides the obvious reasons. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I was able to help you make a final decision. And if you found this information helpful, please leave a thumbs up, as that always makes my day. And remember to subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with everything VPNs and cybersecurity. Otherwise, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.